dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Today's body cam. Drunk driver realizes she's just killed someone. Y'all better stay from behind the wheels, man. I done seen the firsthand, man, the after effect, bro. And it destroys everyone. You know what I'm saying? On both sides. The driver's side and the victim side. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It ain't nice, man. Also, man, if you know you're trying to drink, please designate somebody to pick you up, somebody to take you where you need to go, somebody to help you out. Because you know before you grab them keys and you head out to a bar, you know where you're going. You know what you're possibly going to indulge in. Right. Or anything. Going to a family member house. If you know you got responsibilities you got to take up, wait, the bottle can wait. The bottle can wait, man. If you want to drink, get you a sip and go lay the fuck down. Go to sleep. Slip it off. We got this bullshit, man. Hey, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first part. You got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it with a thumbs up.
But let's go, man. Let's check this one out. Let's see what this travesty is about today. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it.
Why didn't you stop when you knew you hit something?
I panicked. I don't know. I should have.
This is Elizabeth Pizzonia, and she's just been caught driving away from the scene of a crash.
And I panicked. I was like, holy, this is like an animal or deer.
Boy. See.
This is Elizabeth Pizzonia, and she's just been caught driving away from the scene of a crash.
And I panicked. I was like, holy, this is like an animal or deer.
Little does she know, this deer she's talking about was actually an innocent man.
It sounds like the accident actually occurred on the sidewalk. Do you remember jumping the curb for any particular reason?
Is that blood there?
Wow.
The pedestrian and it didn't do nothing wrong. Just see, that's the reason why y'all just investing in a bike, man. Starting to get. Why you looking at? Why you looking like that?
Oh, my bad.
No, it ain't your bad. Trying to, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get amped up to, it's going to be a long summer. Me on the bike, y'all. Y'all catch me riding through y'all city streets.
Where are you trying to go? If you catch me riding through your... Where you gonna take the bike to?
There's some people who be watching us from here.
No, you act like you was about to travel to other cities.
No, I'm saying if anybody around local, that's
local.
watching. You see me catch me in your city streets, you know what I'm saying? Say what's
with
up
your hair blowing in the wind.
I ain't got no hair.
You do have hair, but
well,
not long hair.
Bit, yeah. And no, I'm not bald, y'all. You see that? It's hair right there. But damn, CB on my nerves about me
getting a helmet. I'm gonna buy him a helmet,
and I'm not
and
gonna
some
wear
knee pads and some
what
elbow
the fuck?
pads.
No,
I'm definitely buying you a helmet.
No,
yes I am, and maybe some knee pads. I probably can get a little bundle deal. Or
what
something.
the hell? I look like putting on some knee pads.
I mean, I'd rather you be safe. You gonna be trying to.
Y'all, she tried to get on the bike, bruh. Y'all shouldn't see.
Well, that's because it's too hard for me.
It's too
maybe
high?
The seat needs to be put down a little bit.
No.
Yeah, I was like struggling getting on there. My legs won't even reach over to the other side.
Just a little.
But yeah,
if you see me, you see the street, blow the horn, say what's up with it, brother, man. I'm gonna just keep rolling, though.
She was involved in a hit and run accident. Actually killed somebody. So
She?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, she just. Oh.
Is that blood there? She was involved in a hit and run accident.
She been at a bar.
So.
Oh, who was serving her?
So hold on.
But also, let me say this just real quick before, because I know you're about to get a little insight. Some people be drinking even before they get to where they going, right? And I may not serve you that much, but you already intoxicated. Or you supposed to pick up on those signals.
When you take and you get your ABC license, I've been a server. Yeah. I know what I'm talking about. No, I'm just saying because I'm finna answer what you said. Ask. Even if you an individual been drinking beforehand, yeah, you supposed to pick up on the signs. What you said.
So yes.
Even if you didn't come in drunk already, I still have to watch you pick up on signs. I have to pay attention to your. I have to pay attention how you talk to me, how you move, everything. Yeah. And sometimes low key, if I feel like you're intoxicated, I'm supposed to inform the manager. We supposed to assist you trying to get you home safely. Right. There's levels to it. There's protocol to it. Because if you are serving and you overserve someone, you are also held responsible for any accident that they do. Because basically, you had the responsibility of them drinking. Mm-hmm. So I have seen people get fired for overserving. People have gone to jail for overserving. Yeah. Because it's illegal to overserve anyone alcohol. Right. Now, don't get it twisted. A lot of people don't give a fuck. Me as a server, I gave a lot of fuck because I ain't going to jail for no damn shit. Right. You get yourself into. But yeah, this is very common though.
That actually killed somebody. So.
He?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, obviously I've been standing here looking at my car, but I'm like, holy. And obviously I've hit someone.
It was 11:30 a.m. on January 7th, 2024.
11:30 a.m.? No.
When a professional horse trainer, Elizabeth Pizzoni, was enjoying a Sunday brunch with her friends at a local bar in Ocala, Florida. 6 hours and a few drinks later, Elizabeth and her two friends can be seen heading...
6 hours later?
6 hours of drinking. Yo, what? We ain't
towards the bar's parking lot. As Elizabeth was the only one at the bar who ordered drinks, her friends offered her an Uber ride, but Elizabeth ignored them and decided to drive home herself.
I'm sorry,
a decision that would change her life forever.
And I ain't finna offer. We taking the keys from you. We taking the keys because obviously they understood that she was intoxicated.
Why y'all just couldn't drive?
But
her
also,
home?
she probably do it a lot.
That's what, probably, but that I'm still. Why y'all just didn't drive her home?
Because they probably feel like, let's not get into that conversation, but.
Wow.
She eventually reached the highway, and by that time, it was already...
Oh, so you can already tell she's intoxicated the way she pulled out. I'm sounding intoxicated right now. But the way she pulled out, boy, you lucky she ain't hit your ass. She pulled out strong and fast. Have you never drove one of them cars, have you? I don't even like how they drive. They horrible. Like it feels funky underneath you.
She eventually reached the highway, and by that time, it was already completely dark. Just a few minutes into her drive, a deer suddenly jumped in front of her car. She panicked, and at the last second, swerved to avoid the deer. But in doing so, she lost control and steered onto the sidewalk, crashing straight into a cyclist.
How do you know a deer was involved? Do y'all have, well, unless it was caught on like the cameras in the...
True.
At around 6:35 p.m., the Ocala Police Department received a call about a man lying motionless on the sidewalk and urgently needing medical help.
I want any unit that might have some tape that we can start getting this scene.
Hey, did he witness it?
I think I'm gonna let you
County unit reference, can you advise a location in Ocala Park Estates for air?
The man was later identified as 61-year-old Louis Oziel, a beloved local resident who was peacefully enjoying a bike ride home, completely unaware that tragedy was about to strike. Unfortunately, despite the medics arriving quickly, Louis's injuries were fatal, and he was pronounced dead at the scene.
Look at that, they were scooping. Yeah, because I have her going up on the sidewalk, and there's a bloody bottle cap up there. Is that blood there?
According to the witness who first called 911, the perpetrator was driving a red Mini Cooper when they struck Lewis. Sparks flew as the vehicle sped away from the scene without any attempt to stop. They immediately jumped into the...
I really want to know about the deer thing. I really want to know, like, that's bothering me.
We probably will find out. But I feel you.
And then how the fuck you don't realize you... Did we react to a body cam where dude drove with the person? Or did we reacted to that? That didn't make fucking sense. Did we react to that? Was that in the Nick Crowley?
I can't remember but we did though.
Yeah, but that's like how you don't realize you done hit something and you still just riding down the street just you that like that's how you know you that impaired where you don't even realize that everything has changed. Your car is even running different because now it's dragging.
Their patrol cars, notified all available units, and began searching for the suspect, even requesting air support.
Have them mark off the scene, nobody moves around, and if we can have Air 1 coming up to Ocala Park Estates, we track the vehicle. It's going to be up here someplace, and if they could assist with finding it. The car's up here someplace.
I'm shutting down everything westbound.
LT, I'm going to block it off at 27. I'm going to shut it down at 27. Nobody westbound?
Where the vehicle is on Northwest 61st Lane, Northwest 48th Avenue.
Traffic was quickly shut down, and locating the hit-and-run driver didn't take long. The red Mini Cooper clearly stood out due to the broken window, damaged headlights, and sparks flying from the car. The officers proceeded with caution, as they were about to confront the driver who had supposedly just taken an innocent man's life, unaware of how heartless the driver would turn out to be.
He said how heartless?
I'm
sorry, y'all. She hit him hard. Even the roof is caved.
Who had supposedly just taken an innocent man's life, unaware of how heartless the driver would turn out to be.
Morning. Get a deputy to go up there.
No, it is fine. I understand. I've never had an accident. I've had somebody hit me one time. I'm 44 years old.
One of these vehicles are out with it.
You're 44 years old. I'm totally out of my mind because I've never had an accident.
This is your car. You're the only person in it?
Back to our channel.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Police identified the reckless driver as 44-year-old Elizabeth Pizzonia. She appeared nervous, fidgety, and incredibly confused. Elizabeth didn't know it yet, but her night was about to get much worse.
I just want you to walk me through, like, how the accident happened, stuff like that, and then, so we're just going to do a step-by-step where you're at when the initial impact occurred, and then we're just going to go from there, okay? So I'm just going to try to take notes because we got a little bit of ways from there to here. I just don't want to lose anything.
And I get it. And my panic was how I got here. Okay. So I totally get that.
Where were you at when the accident occurred?
So I was leaving downtown. Okay, I was leaving District. I turned. I turned on 27. I don't know what this side road is.
When you say District, you're talking about the District Bar?
Yeah, where Mellow Mushroom is and all that downtown.
Yep.
Oh my God. Deer jumped. That's what it felt like to me. It's like a deer jumped into my car, and I panicked. I was like, "Holy shit!" It was like an animal or deer, but I was like, "No, Liz, it's not a deer." So as I'm rationalizing this, I'm like on autopilot turn right. I'm like, "No, something's wrong." So then I called my brother. Totally should have stopped right then, like hit the brakes, but there were cars. There was all kinds of shit, so I was like, stop. Oh, this is not exactly how my Sunday is supposed to go.
I got
Anyway, here I am. I totally shit bad for, I don't know what other word there is.
Did you hear anything after the incident?
No.
Or during the incident?
Besides my...
She did a U-turn right.
Brain on fire. Like, Liz, what the... No.
Okay.
That's it.
So you didn't hear scraping, anything like that while you're driving?
No. Oh, well, yeah, I heard scraping. I was like, holy shit. Like, I thought, animal, like, the dog, a deer, like, holy shit.
The way Elizabeth tells her story is almost theatrical. She uses exaggerated gestures, her words are overly emotional, and she adds unnecessary details. This kind of behavior is common in someone trying to gain sympathy, and it might even be her way of trying to justify what she did. Elizabeth claimed she panicked when something suddenly struck her car, yet instead of stopping or calling 911, she just kept driving and dialed her brother.
So no deer. She assumed deer jump.
Yeah.
But what made you swerve if he's on a fucking sidewalk?
Facts.
You're too intoxicated where you can't even drive, let alone you're intoxicated where you probably couldn't even walk in a straight line. So how you gonna fucking keep a car in a straight line? And we don't even know the speed she was going.
Don't know that either, yeah.
But by the look of it, you hit him pretty good.
It was only after he urged her to pull over that she was finally stopped to wait for police. But instead of taking responsibility for the crash, Elizabeth will try to trick and manipulate the officers, worrying solely about herself, not the man whose life had just been lost.
I was just sitting there. Kat and Tony, they owned Katya. They were friends of mine, and I had brunch at their restaurant. Okay. And then she hadn't eaten. She's pregnant, so we told her, "Hey, Kat, you need to come eat." So, like, we made her go eat at District. So we sat there. I had water. I mean, like, I don't have a bar tab from District. Okay. Kat and Tony went home, I assume, and then I left from there. So. Okay.
So she said she only been drinking water. She doesn't have a bar tab. Okay.
Okay, right.
This is how you act sober?
Okay.
All right, so we left District, and then the accident occurred in front of the Rural King right after the 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven, right.
Do you remember about how fast you were going right there?
Well, I'm grandma, so 40. I don't ever drive fast. Like, I don't have speeding tickets. Like,
I got you.
Having a turbo. 40, I don't know, whatever that is, 40 or 35, 45 maybe? Whatever's
between
right
35
there.
and 45?
Yeah, I don't ever speed.
Several things stand out in Elizabeth's story. Firstly, she claims that she has no bill from the bar, but the alcohol smell...
That's what I was about to say. I know they can smell liquor on you.
Yeah, because y'all right in each other's face.
Yeah.
You can smell it.
Like, somebody's been drinking more than one or two. You
half
like,
of the
I can
time
already
it's coming out
smell
your
it.
pores.
I mean, them intoxicated.
You intoxicated.
When they coming out your pores.
Yeah.
Ooh, and they be...
But definitely on the breath. You can smell it.
Yeah.
She claims that she has no bill from the bar, but the alcohol smell coming from her car makes the officers doubt her statement. Secondly, her claim that she's a slow driver is disproven by the CCTV footage, which shows her going at least 50 miles per hour. But ultimately, even from a hit...
Hold on.
That's after the fact. How
and some dragging underneath your car. So it's making... your car to malfunction to the point where it's not going as fast as you trying to get it to go. So you going 50 right here. You was going faster than them when you hit them.
Shows her going at least 50 miles per hour. But ultimately, even from a hit at 30 miles per hour, a pedestrian has a very high chance of being killed, especially if they're an elderly man with a pre-existing heart condition. What Elizabeth didn't realize yet is that police back at the crime scene were already piecing together what happened, and what they discovered on the scene would disprove every excuse she has.
Yeah, so right here, she goes up on the curve right here. Yeah, right about there. She jumps the curb right there. She goes.
Where's glass? Oh, that's something plastic. That looks like a kickstand. Yeah, I'd say we're right on top of the point.
Yeah, I think point of impact's gonna be somewhere right in here.
What police discovered at the crash site clearly contradicts Elizabeth's previous statements. The crash did not occur on the highway. Elizabeth jumped a curb, hit Lewis, and continued driving on the sidewalk for nearly 10 yards. Wow. The officers decided it was time to break the devastating news to Elizabeth, but not before asking one simple yet damning question.
It sounds like the accident actually occurred on the sidewalk. Do you remember jumping the curb for any particular reason?
No.
Is there something that jumped out in front of you tried to avoid, or something along those lines? You don't remember jumping the curb?
I hate when officers do that leading ass shit. I fucking hate when they do that leading that. She said what she said, move the fuck on. Did anything jump out in front of you, or you know what I'm saying?
There's something that jumped out in front of you tried to avoid, or something along those lines. You don't remember jumping the curb?
No, I don't remember jumping a curb. And obviously I've hit someone. Stop, Liz. Okay, think now. Liz has to think.
Finally, reality hit Elizabeth. She had taken...
You think she always, cause she said, do you think she always knew she hit someone?
Yeah, she knew. That's why she called her brother. Yeah, she knew.
Yeah. I think she knew when it happened, and she panicked, like you said, and called her brother. But she's trying to play victim, or she's trying to play dumb. Like, it had to be a deer or something. No, you know you hit that man,
or a dog, or whatever she said.
Yeah, she knows she hit that man.
Liz has to think.
Finally, reality hit Elizabeth. She had taken the life of an innocent man and driven off without a second thought. Unlike her initial claim of possibly hitting a deer on the highway, Elizabeth insists she didn't swerve or jump the curb. However, skid marks found at the scene disprove her statement and confirm that a crash did in fact occur on the sidewalk, likely as a result of her attempting to avoid the deer. But the tragic part was that an innocent 61-year-old Louis Ozio was riding his bicycle on that very same sidewalk. As he was screaming in agony, all he could see was his attacker speeding away and refusing to look back. Elizabeth's attempts to portray herself as a careful and empathetic driver turned out to be completely futile. After learning that a man and not a deer was hit by her car, not once did Elizabeth ask about the innocent man's well-being. To make matters worse, Elizabeth will soon prove to be completely uncooperative and try to hide the real cause of the crash.
Are you Elizabeth?
I am, yes, sir.
Okay, I'm Sergeant Chris Smith of Cal Police Department.
Yes, sir.
I need to ask you one question.
Absolutely.
Would you be willing to give a voluntary blood sample? Obviously, this is a crash. Is involved in serious injury, so it's a question.
I don't know how to answer that. Like drugs or
well,
I mean drugs,
drugs, alcohol, or anything like that.
I mean, I was
that's what our concern
earlier, like, but at brunch, but that was at like 12 o'clock. I don't know how long. Like, I don't know what the right answer. I don't know what the answer to that is. So no, I guess I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's a yes or no question. I'm asking you right now if you voluntarily be able to do that. If you want to say no right now, that's fine.
While Elizabeth refused to cooperate with police, one of the officers made a visit to the bar to find out just how much Elizabeth had to drink.
Hello. I am trying to find out any information about this lady here.
Yeah. I do remember she was sitting at 21 with Tony.
She was consuming alcohol.
Cause she did say Tony and them on the bar, didn't she? So,
We had one shot from me. That was it. She didn't get anything else to drink from me.
Just one shot?
Just one shot.
We're all affected. It was a match.
So we know at least one shot.
I mean, she seemed a little on edge, but nothing to like, nothing extreme, you know what I mean? Like, not to the point where, like, I can't serve you.
I mean, she was a little pushy whenever I was sitting there, so she looks like she should have. Because I sat them and they were kind of upset that they had to sit on the first floor, and she was kind of about it.
If that something happened, she's the manager.
Oh, yeah.
One of them, yes. Oh, sorry. Nice to meet you.
No, she was involved in a hit-and-run accident. Actually killed somebody, so.
She?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So, it's
pretty
serious for her.
So,
Oh, my God.
Gross.
Oh, my goodness.
This young lady.
That's so heartbreaking. I have seen her, yes.
According to the staff, Elizabeth had at least one drink at the bar, and her behavior seemed erratic and...
Just one shot? No way.
Unless she was drinking before she came, also. She could have had more there. And y'all, you know...
I gotta see the cameras.
I need to see the cameras, facts.
And see her tab.
Because regardless of the fact, you said that
she might not have a tab because Tony
right,
probably...
So it's on the house. You said you only had water, though. And then you said, well, yeah, I was drinking, but that was earlier at 12.
And she said, I don't have a bar tab. Yeah, you want to have a bar tab if Tony and them covered it, or like you got it just on the house. You won't have a bar tab. And for you to automatically say that, you know you've been drinking. But at 12 o'clock, 6 hours later, it ain't going to be in your system like that still, though. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you actually had more.
I feel as though she has had more.
And I don't know if it was here.
But what I'm saying, if she was at brunch at 12, she's been at this bar for about 6 hours. Mm-hmm. If she's eating at this bar, she's slightly sobering up.
Yeah.
She's still intoxicated.
Right.
So you done had more than one shot at this bar, is what I'm saying. Because you still are drunk. I feel like, me personally, I've been drunk 6 hours. You think 6 hours you can...
Child, I done got drunk before.
You've been in the hospital before.
That's not what I'm about to say, so you didn't even have to say that. But I was about to say, I done got drunk before and woke up the next day and was still drunk.
Yeah, you can.
So,
but it depends on what time you go to sleep, though.
It don't matter.
Exactly. You weren't up that long. You wasn't sleep that long.
I was asleep for
you probably sleep for 3 or 4 hours.
No, I slept.
You didn't sleep that long.
I slept for a good,
That's a hangover.
Let me see. No, I was drunk.
That's what a hangover is.
It wasn't even I didn't have a headache
that's
or
the only
nothing.
thing. I'm saying what a hangover is, you wake up still drunk because you got a hangover from your previous drunk.
But what I'm saying is it could still be a system. That's what I'm saying. That's my point, is that it could still, she could still feel the effects of it, though. Well, stop telling my business. Come on. I wasn't about to say nothing about no hospital. Come on.
You done told the story before.
Well, I don't want to keep telling it.
A drunk body. Yes. See the bad influence out of us, too.
No, that was years. That was my college days.
She ain't Miss Goody Two Shoes like y'all think she is. I said like they think you are.
I'm me.
She ain't no good girl.
I am a good girl.
Suspicious. So this piece of information may be the difference between Elizabeth walking free and sitting behind bars. Back at the scene, Elizabeth was running out of excuses, and the police had no doubt that she was under the influence of alcohol at the time of the crash. After some more pressure and a damning statement from the bar staff, Elizabeth would finally crack and tell the truth. But instead of just admitting she'd been drinking, she reveals something far worse.
What?
When's the last time you had something to drink today?
I can look at my phone. I met Kat at 11:30 or so at Katya, and I had 3 mimosas. I mean, that was.
Here's what I'm asking. I could smell it on your breath.
I had 2 Diet Cokes with her. I mean, I could.
Unless you had alcohol added to the Diet Cokes, there's no alcohol in Diet Cokes.
No. I understand that. I understand.
Are you taking any medications?
I take. I have a Adderall prescription and I take birth control pills.
When's the last time you took your Adderall?
I take it twice a day. I took it at probably 12 o'clock, maybe.
12 o'clock. So it's right about the time you're having your mimosa. Does it say on the label?
That's what it is.
It does,
alcohol may intensify the effect.
Yep.
Mixing alcohol with Adderall can be extremely dangerous. Adderall is a stimulant drug, increasing alertness and focus. Taken with alcohol, Adderall masks the sedating effects of alcohol. In other words, Adderall made Elizabeth feel more sober than she actually was. Despite denying to have her blood sample taken and later refusing a mandatory breath test, Elizabeth agrees to partake in sobriety tests as a last-ditch effort to prove her innocence.
3 mimosas in the shot.
Don't move your head. Don't move your head. Don't move your head.
You want to turn again? I'll turn in circles. I don't.
Continue.
That actually hurts, though.
Let me see. supposed to stop in the front and then go over.
All right. Your eyes
Can
twitched,
you, like...
Your eyes twitched, though.
Yeah, because you're too close. I'm looking at you because I'm like, why are you going too slow now?
Oh, all right. Look at the top of the pen.
I'm not drunk.
I'm not drunk.
So I can do it.
Yeah, we goofy.
You're intoxicated.
Yeah, her head.
Now, I will say, we have, like, when we be, like watching stuff or whatever, see something, I do try to walk in a straight line just to see if I will ever be able to, and I can't because my balance is just off, period. And so, that's just a no for me.
Yeah.
Sober or whatever, but yeah.
You just like I showed you, man. Okay. Left.
But I don't even think it's about balance. I think it's more about see how you can follow instructions.
Well, I follow instructions.
If you're intoxicated, it's hard for you to concentrate to follow.
What if I'm like wobbling and stuff?
No, like I'm saying, every one is about see how far.
Oh, okay. Well, I can follow instructions.
But yeah,
it's just the wobbling.
You can't follow instructions.
P Q Y X Y Z.
Close your eyes. Now backwards from 100.
99, 98, 97, 96, 95.
All right, so it'll be placed under red. Driving on the influence of an alcoholic beverage or any substance set forth in Chapter 893.
Come on.
Under Florida law, you are required to submit to a love test to your breath that determines alcohol content. You submit to a breath test?
No.
Okay.
In all 5 of the exercises, Elizabeth showed multiple indicators of being under the influence of alcohol. In fact, she was so intoxicated that she failed every single test. At 10:40 p.m., January 7th, 2024, Elizabeth was arrested and booked into the Marion County Jail. She was charged with DUI manslaughter and leaving the scene of a crash. 2 days later, on January 9th, her bail was set to $100,000, while her case is still ongoing. If she's found guilty, she could face up to 15 years in prison and a fine of up to $10,000.
Yeah, she's still drunk.
Rest in peace to...
You writing that down?
Lewis. His name was Lewis. He was 65. Rest in peace to Lewis.
Lewis Olsen. Right?
I think it was...
I thought he said 65 or 61.
I wrote down 65. But he probably said 61. But the age...
I was just asking.
Rest in peace to Lewis.
I'm just asking. Chill.
No, I'm just saying, like... The age 60, 61, 65 it's OL. You look at OL SER.
Oh, sir. My bad. My bad. No, that ain't nothing to do with that.
I probably wrote it down. Oh, is it? No, I probably wrote it down wrong. But you could look up her name. This is her name. I do know his first name was Lewis, though.
How you spell her last name?
That's her last name right there.
Next year, they said in April.
Can you click on it?
That's from February 2024. So she hasn't been in court. There's no new update information about her. She's still... It's just still ongoing.
Yeah.
Which this is a new video, so...
Yeah, that's so sad,
see if she had a court date or anything, arrangement. She probably out on bail, too.
Oh, well, yeah, probably.
Because just come over 10,000. Well, she was single, and they said she was a little bitter bitch, so... And she on birth control, so she probably ain't got no man. Saying she might not got a man or family and stuff. Just might bail out. I don't know. Just making observations.
Well, the first person she called was her brother, so possibly.
Yeah, true. I believe she always knew she was intoxicated, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. I spelled his name wrong. It was OSER. O-S-I-E-L.
O-S-I-E-L. Okay.
O-S-I-E-L.
I can't pronounce
and
that.
first name was Lewis, though.
I can't pronounce that, though. That's a little too complicated.
But, yeah. That's sad. Just out riding his bike. Probably something he does on the regular.
To keep his cardio, keep his...
Yeah,
oh, he has heart.
Yeah, just, you
good
know,
cardio
just a
for the
workout,
heart.
exercise.
Keep the blood
keeping
flow.
active. Yeah, that's sad, man.
Nice. Y'all spam us up in the comments, man. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts and opinions about it for it. And it was at night. Good time to get it because the night air be feeling good on a bike. But y'all spam us up in the comments, man. Let us know y'all thoughts and opinions about it down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
We are.
Time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money low, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.